To start, we're going to be unboxing the Fisher TW6 and its accessories, the handlebar. So what you get in the box is the Fisher TW6 split box, of course, a manual, and the certificate for calibration from the factory. Another thing that's recommended to get is the handlebar, the 3-piece handlebar for the split box, and that would be used for inductive sweeps. The unit comes with your conductive attachments and a ground rod, okay? And also it comes with 16 AA batteries. 8 go inside the transmitter and 8 go inside the receiver. The handlebars are a 3-piece unit. Once again, it is optional, so you have to order it separately and you have to specify if you want them. But they come in a bag like this, and they're 3 pieces that you attach together and then mount to the unit. The other accessory that you can get, unfortunately I do not have today, is a inductive clamp, so you can induce signal onto electrical conduit and stuff like that. Once again, just like the handlebar, they do come separately, so you have to specify if you want that attachment as well. This type of electromagnetic frequency utility locator has been around since the 30s, still in production, and people still buy them and use them all the time. The split box has been an original locating device for electromagnetic frequencies to find utilities and underground cables. This particular unit takes 16 AA's total, and they're actually located in these compartments right here. The Fisher TW6 consists of a receiver and a transmitter. The transmitter side transmits at 83.1 kilohertz frequency, and it can be used with your conductive attachment, and it can also be used as an inductive as well. So right now we're going to take the TW6 and we're going to go direct connect to this gas line. There's a tracer wire right here. So I'm going to use the split box without the handlebars and do a conductive locate. The first thing you want to do is plug in your leads into the transmitter side, okay? And the leads go into the accessory output. The red lead goes to the tracer wire. And then we're going to take the ground and the black lead, and we are gonna go to ground. Now that we've set up our independent ground and hooked up directly to the tracer wire, we turn the transmitter on by pulling this knob here up. There's a green light here that comes on. That way we know it's on. Now we turn on our receiver. We pull out here. Okay. We want to adjust our sensitivity. And now we start locating. So in the event that you don't have like a tracer wire or direct connect metallic pipe to hook up to with your red and black leads, you can also do an inductive mode by placing the transmitter end on the ground like so, sending the signal out. What we're going to do is we're going to trace out the line. Remember, I got to adjust the sensitivity a little bit. And you don't want to stand too close to the box. You want to stand about maybe 30 feet away before you start locating, so you don't air couple, meaning you're picking up signal directly from the box. So we're going to start a little ways. And as we walk out, I'm going to adjust the sensitivity a little bit to pick it up. And once again, we're inducing a signal into the earth that's conducting onto the electric line that's running underneath this sidewalk. And as I sweep left and right, I'm picking up my peak signal. And you can see the box is still all the way down at the other end. And remember, you can always null out your signal by rotating the box this way. The signal will disappear, which is a good thing. And as we rotate back, we want it to come back on. So there we go. Directly over the line right here. So a split box typically doesn't have a depth indicator to see how deep your target is, your target line, your utility that you're trying to locate. There's a manual, quote unquote, way to do it, and it's by angle of the box. So on this TW6, there's actually a meter that reads the angle of the pitch of this receiving end of the box. And you can see as I rotate it, it moves up and down. And we want to be at the 45-degree angle, which happens to be at the center of this indicator here. So right now, I currently have it at 45 degrees. Now, as I trace out my line, and I want to know where the depth is at a particular location, I want to find the peak. Which is right about here. And then I want to rotate it at a 45-degree angle and keep it as low to the ground as possible. And as the signal dies off, it's going to go to 0. I'm going to set the box down here. I'm going to mark it with my foot. I'm going to take a tape measure and go from wherever I picked the peak signal to where the signal died off at a 45-degree angle. And I've got about 46 inches depth. So what I've done here is I've actually added the handlebar that attaches the receiver and the transmitter. So now we have a transmitting end and a receiving end. This is great for sweeping an area for all the unknowns in the ground. So one other feature I'd like to talk about on this unit is we have a continuous tone and a warble tone. So the continuous is just a steady tone, kind of what we've been seeing in this video of all the examples I've shown locating. The other option is to switch it to warble. So warble pulses the sound. So you can actually, it sounds more like that. It's intermittent. And if you don't like that, you can always switch to a continuous. And remember to adjust the sensitivity. The TW6 can also double as a metal detector as well to help you find buried manhole lids and valve lids. So if you're looking for an inexpensive, easy to use, basic utility locator, the split box TW6 made by Fisher may be the unit for you. I'd also like to conclude this with a shout out to Locating Dynamics. If you ever need any locator training, please find them on the YouTube, Locating Dynamics.